Since when?
I don't know. I don't know when you guys last saw this, but it's recording now. I don't know how long. Bro, okay. When did we last pick up? Because for some odd reason, this thing wasn't recording. So we talked about The Lion King. You gave it a 5-star.
I gave it a 5 out of 5, and you gave it a 4.8. Come on, bro.
Yeah, because I'm nitpicking.
Jesus.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Daniel.
We suck today.
Daniel being Daniel.
No, it was perfect until we got a damn phone call. God darn it. We got to figure out how to really do this. You were talking about the Sean Porter, Errol Spence interview.
Yes, right before the Pacquiao fight. So, Errol Spence hit Sean Porter with an... he low blowed. He said that Sean Porter cannot even sell out a family barbecue.
That's rough, bro. That's rough.
And I sat back in my chair and I was like... And then I looked around the room to see if anybody heard that I was like, did you just hear that? And people were like, what? I'm like, you idiots. I'm like, looking at, bro, fighting words.
Fighting words. So you said that they were boys before the technical difficulties happened. They're boys. Do you think this was set up?
Maybe. And if it was not intentionally set up, I think that Errol Spence was smart enough to realize the circumstance.
Like, we're selling the fight right now.
This guy is working. He's not going to say anything back. And I'm going to freaking hit him in the nuts when he wasn't expecting it. And he two-pieced him in the balls.
So he basically Ric Flaired him.
I mean, yeah.
Dirtiest player in the game.
I got to show you what...
Two stomps in a woo.
We have to run back that clip so you can see how bad it was. I'm talking
Two stomps in a woo.
Bro.
Woo!
Porter was big mad. Mad.
So, like I was saying, during our little shitty freaking tech difficulties, this is how I think this went down. Because you're like, maybe not, but I'm telling you it was pre-set up. Mm-hmm. Come on. If they're friends, you know there was at least a text message about this shit.
I'm sure, but... And if it did go down the way that you said, like I said...
They're playing everybody.
Spence was smart enough to figure out the situation he was in, and he took full advantage of the spotlight to promote the fight, bro.
Bro, this shit went like this. Errol Spence texting Sean Porter. Hey, man, they heard I'm going to be on the broadcast. Let's sell the shit out of this fight. Porter responds, all good, bro. Just remember I'm working. Be professional. Uh-huh. Okay.
You hit him professional. Real professional.
Come to broadcast. Freaking Errol Spence with the two stomps in the woo and the poke to the face and the low blow. We's about to fight, homie.
Yeah, bro.
This gonna be blood.
He said some fighting words, and trust me, I'm gonna show you the clip before I leave.
It's gonna be WrestleMania 45, man.
I was in shock, bro, and I loved every second of it. I was like, yes,
goodness.
Sean Porter.
My goodness.
Getting smashed.
All right. I'm gonna unleash you right now. I'm gonna unleash you.
Unleash?
Le'Veon Bell said some words, and you went off on the phone the other day. So I need you to bring that same energy and just take it off. NFL news, bro. It's all
okay,
you.
First of all, NFL news. NFL is officially back. There's been several teams that reported today for the mandatory training camp because preseason is 2 weeks from now.
Oh, fuck.
August 8th is when it starts. I believe the first one. But, so everybody knows Le'Veon Bell. He held out last year from Pittsburgh. He wanted the full max contract. He did not want to be franchise tag. He held out. He did not play for the whole entire 2018 season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like Pittsburgh won on this one because they didn't have to give up all the money, and Connor was able to come through and produce almost identical numbers as Le'Veon Bell, which he's the future anyway. Anyways, Le'Veon Bell, he's now with the Jets, right? And he hasn't played football in over a year. So if you follow Le'Veon Bell on Instagram, especially on Instagram, you see his workout routines. I mean, it's top notch. It's A1, high class. We don't know what this man is doing day in and day out, besides what you put on social media.
Word.
That's the perception that you're going to give out to your fan base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since they're not with you every second. So he went on a rant 2 days ago, upset because the fans are saying, you're not fully into it. You're not working out hard enough. You're trying to put out music instead of focusing on football. So what he compared his situation was, he said, guys, does somebody that works at Target, do they go home and are worried about what boxes they gotta put in the shelves and what serial numbers I gotta organize?
Let me answer that for you. That's a hails to the fucking no.
That is a hails to the no.
Keep going.
And then he went on and said, does Beyonce go home after a concert and sing? Does Beyonce...
Well, that might actually happen because she probably does record at home.
That's exactly what I was going to get into because, first of all, and he kept on naming other people that are artists, right? And the comparison to Target is so different from a scale than what it is in being a professional athlete, being an actor, comparing yourself to Beyonce. I personally agree with Le'Veon Bell up to a certain point because regardless of him, it's the offseason, right? And he has been working out since last offseason until this offseason. He works out. He's been posting everything. So it's like it was kind of stupid for the fans to say certain things. A concern is a concern because you know what? In the NFL, if you do not produce, then your team sucks.
Okay.
So if he's not preparing himself, he's going to suck and the team is going to suck. It's different than a Target employee.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, so here's my deal. You have to look at football players like you look at fighters.
Okay.
That is the two most comparable sports out there. And I mean by fighters, MMA, boxing, kickboxers, and contact sports.
Okay.
These guys, at best, have 2 to 3 years of prime to make the
Once when they get there, they have that prime stays 2 to 3 years is what you're saying?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Many don't even get that.
Yeah.
So they have this short amount of time to make shit happen. How long has Le'Veon Bell been in the league?
3 years.
3 years. So he knows he has 1 or 2 more years left.
Technically 4, but he didn't play last year, so...
So maybe he extended it by another year by letting his body take a year, right? But what he's doing, and you have to give him credit for this, even if he's a shitty musician, but by the fact of doing other things outside of football, prepping for post-football life, the fans are fickle and they're never going to be on his side if they're not about him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Le'Veon Bell is doing the right thing. You might not agree with it.
I agree.
You might not agree with it as far as the X's and O's. But Le'Veon Bell is doing the right thing for him and his future career. Mm-hmm. He's setting himself up for maybe, broadcasting, producing, whatever it is. How many business ventures he has. Because what he realizes, he gambled on himself last year. And unfortunately, he came up short.
A little bit short.
No,
still more than what Pittsburgh would have paid him.
He came, but I'm talking about last year. He came up short.
I got you. Okay.
Last year he came up short. This year he's playing again, but it's still to see what's going to happen. He could get hurt in the first game of the season, for all we know, right? That's the thing about football. Just like fighting, you have to gamble on yourself now. Let that be inside, outside the ring, on the field or off the field, because it could be over tomorrow, could be over today. Mm-hmm. So him saying these things. If you're a person like me, he's right. I'm sorry. NFL fans are stupid.
Yeah, they are very stupid.
And I love the NFL, but they're stupid. I'm sorry. They're stupid. Because at the end of the fucking day, right, nobody's going to pay Cameron Wake's fucking salary after he leaves. Right? Nobody's going to pay Le'Veon Bell's salary after he leaves. They have to fend for themselves. So, yeah, they work maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Not a lot of people play 12 years in the NFL. The average...
Especially a running back like Le'Veon Bell.
I think the average player in the NFL makes it, a year and a half? The average player, not the exceptional ones.
I got you.
The average player. So you go by those numbers, he has 1 season to make it all happen. And he's been blessed with 3. Yep. Right? Now he's getting a 4th. So these are beans that he's sowing for a future life. And people, I get the game is important. You're right. But guess what? Le'Veon Bell has the foresight to see beyond the game. And people that are criticizing him are stupid They're fickle, and they do not understand the life of an athlete. Yeah, you work your ass off for free since the time you're 12.
That's right. For free.
For free. Actually, sometimes you even pay for this shit in college. You pay to fucking play. Just to get the opportunity to make millions of dollars to get your family out of whatever poverty. And then you got hopefully 3 years to do it. Maybe, if that. Some people don't even get that opportunity. Some people work their whole entire lives, get hurt the first game in their pros. Boom, it's over. It's over. Le'Veon Bell realizes this. That's the thing. People don't want to... He's a businessman, and they don't want to realize this. And people are hating on him because he's doing things outside of his realm to set himself up when it post-football life.
The man doesn't poop footballs.
Exactly. Le'Veon Bell is a talented motherfucker. And I'm sure he's on point with his diet. He's on point with his workout routines. He's ready for the season. I guarantee it. I'm sure he's going to come in with some anger. He's going to prove everything.
Bro.
Probably going to break some records this year.
You know who he's facing twice a year?
Fuck. I know.
Dolphins. God.
Fuck.
Jeez.
Hey, Le'Veon Bell. The Dolphins need help if you want to come down. But, yeah, dude, it's stupid. Stupid, and he's in a great market. He's in a great market to do what he wants to do right now.
Yeah, he's with the freaking Jets. He's the highlight of the team. I mean, he's the best player on the team, and he hasn't even played a single snap.
I just got pissed off thinking about this.
What?
He has our former head coach as his coach now.
Yeah, they're gonna suck. Jets are gonna suck so bad because Adam Gase is the worst coach ever, and he has one of the best players in the NFL. And
I don't think he's the worst coach. We're just saying that because we're bitter right now. You know it's true.
Bro, see the way I'm looking at you right now? Bro?
I know.
Stop it. Anyways, but yeah.
One time, let's do this chant. Jets sucks.
Big ones. I hate the freaking Jets.
Fuck the Jets. Fuck the Patriots.
That's right.
Buffalo who?
Yeah, Buffalo Wings.
All right. Unfortunately, we do have some sad news.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the boxer?
I do. His name is Maxim Madinodov. He was a Russian boxer that he was fighting out of Oxnard, California. He suffered some injuries on Friday on ESPN Plus. It was a fight. They showed a clip where his corner.
Yeah.
It was the 11th round going into the 12th. His coach was begging him to stop the fight. He didn't want to stop it. It took him at least 40 to 50 seconds, almost a full minute out of that minute that they get resting, to convince him to not keep on with the fight because...
You don't convince him. You throw in the towel.
Because he was just getting punished. He took a lot of punches. He took a beating, bro, to his face especially. And the coach saw that maybe 2 or 3 rounds too late to pull the trigger. And whenever they threw in the towel, unfortunately the fighter, he didn't collapse on the floor, but he kind of fainted. He was carted off to the locker room. They called the ambulance. He was bleeding out of his mouth. And I guess they announced him dead a few days later. And this just got released 22 hours ago. So.
Yeah. This is the truth about boxing. And I think, people were giving Paulie Malignaggi flack when he was talking about these truths about boxing heading into his last fight against Hardem. That people literally die in the ring.
Yeah.
In boxing. And he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. MMA, they take traumatic brain injury, they beat up their bodies, and these guys can't walk by the time they're 40. That's true. But so far, we really haven't seen people die in the ring like in boxing.
Why do you think? Is it because it's strictly focused on the face predominantly?
Dude, you got 2 weapons and there's only one real place to hit the body, and it's the head. Yeah, you do punches to the bottom, but to the belly.
That's to chop it so that you can start getting to the head.
Right, and that's the whole point. You also have to understand it's the way the hands are wrapped. You're wrapped for your safety of the hand. On top of that, you have a glove to protect your hand, which make your hand into more of a severe weapon. So you're getting hit with
club.
It's a club after club after club.